And hello everybody, welcome to another Wrong Side Simulations episode, bringing you the best content from the wrong side of the airplane, the right seat. And as always, my name is Blake. I am a real world flight dispatcher, aiming to bring you a little more realism to your flight sim viewing experience by running some good old checklists and flows and all that good handy dandy stuff to keep you from screwing up, or keep me from screwing up. Whatever. Cool. Wondering why I have no sound from the sim. It's always because it was just dead ass quiet. Cool. Well, all right. Well, I hope everybody is doing good today. My man EQ, always in the house. Always appreciate you giving me somebody to talk to while I stream. Otherwise, I would probably have nobody. Bella is doing good. Went and picked her up, and she's a little derpy, a little doped up, but she's doing good. She had a similar surgery to this about this time last year, except it was for several fatty tumors that were kind of in the way and would end up bothering her. Aviation Geek, hey, what's going on? Thanks for stopping by, coming to hang out with us. Appreciate you as always. Yeah, so today her surgery was a little more important. She had not one, but we found out this morning 2 cancerous tumors. So I went and picked her up and drove awful slow because she stresses out quite a bit in the truck. So it took our sweet time getting back to the house. Plus, Florida Highway Patrol was out like crazy today. They were getting people left and right. There's a toll road that's 4 lanes wide, but yet it's 55 miles an hour. So they were smoking people left and right through there. So finally, we're able to get this stream going underway. Figured I'd be able to get it on time at 1:15, and of course, couldn't. The girlfriend always intervenes when I was on my way to go pick up the dog from the animal hospital where my girlfriend works. She said, "Hey, can you stop at Chipotle, pick up some food for us?" Blah blah blah. So, anyways, nonetheless, here we are. Saw yours and Shaquille O'Neal's live. Yeah. Well, as always, I do appreciate you stopping by. Shaq is a new good friend of mine. Awesome dude. And I'm guessing that you found my channel through his. So I hope that I can impress you. We'll go ahead and get this out of the way. In case you are new to the channel, I do fly from the right seat. I try to do everything a little bit different from everyone else. You know, everybody is captain this, captain that. Being that I'm trying to fly different, I figure, you know what, we'll fly from the wrong side, the right seat. So that's what that's all about, because a lot of people tend to ask. So anyways, without further ado, let's get this thing going. I would like to try to get a second leg in today. Maybe do the 7.5 or the 7.3 from Orlando, maybe up to Atlanta or something like that. But we need to get this first leg out of the way first. So we are connected to Vatsim. Honeydew list. Yep, every day it's a new honeydew list. Let's get connected to Delta Virtual. Tell it what route we're flying. Cool, that's going. I think everything else is good for now until we're ready to board. So I went ahead and got the 8 airs aligned, because that takes forever. So that's good. Cruise supply is on. Ground control, come on. CVR test. Sweet. Strobe into auto. Nav and logo. We'll go position 2 for a right seat flight today. Seatbelts will stay off. Smoking signs stay in auto. Emergency lights are in arm. Let's say, I don't know what the temperature is in Cincinnati. Probably not too bad. It's pretty warm down here in Orlando. I think it's 83 right now. Let's see. Pump stay off. Blah, blah, blah. Cool. Engine 1 fire test. And unlike Microsoft Flight Simulator, you can't look down. AP fire test. Cool. And engine 2 fire test. Sweet. Bring her down to the McDo. Clear this out. Check our nav data, make sure it is current. Cycle 2201, it is. It'd be nice if it had some dates on there. Init, we're going to go Kcvg / Kmco. Cool. Today we are Frontier 2541. Cost index, this says 5. We're going to do 30 instead. We'll burn a little bit more gas, but that'll be okay. Cruise, 35,000 feet. And the temperature at 35 is... where is it at? -52. Drop that in there. Cool. On the flight plan, Cincinnati. Departing. I should have pulled up the ATIS. So I planned this flight this morning, but a lot could have changed. Slight changes. Departing off 18 left and 27. We'll go 18 left. And we are on the Silks 4 Trafwa. I don't know how you would say that. Silks 4 Trafwa transition. Insert. And from here we're looking at direct winner. No 2. Wallet, and then the star. Where you at, Hill? Cool. We'll insert arrival, and then as of now it's uncontrolled. We're going to plan ILS 18 right. But if it becomes controlled, we'll probably have to fly the RNAV 18 left instead. Let's see, Jafar 2. Transition onto the approach. Let's see, ILS 18 right. And it's going to be Hollop. I think they're still on the south. Whenever I drove by the airport about an hour ago, I saw a Delta 75300, and they were landing to the south. Kmco, where you at? Departing 17 right, 18 left, 18 right. Alright, arrivals. 17 right, 18 right. We'll just do 18 right, just to be realistic. I can't believe they're actually, never mind. We are on 18. I was thinking 18 left. Surprised they're landing 18 right. They don't have it in the NOTAMs as closed. Oh, here's why. Runway 18 right, DME is out of service. And they're still using it. Interesting. Figured they'd be doing RNAV. Guess we didn't get the answer to our question though. So 18 right. Transition. Probably. Let's do naval. That's the happy medium. And then the transition onto the star is Cody. Insert. Cool. Let's get rid of any discons. Want that one gone. This one we can keep. Alright, looks good. Insert. Secondary. Let's go secondary flight plan. We'll initialize and do Kcvg to Kcvg for engine out. Flight number, Frontier. Where'd the F go? 2541. La da 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 da. 30. We're an odd flight level today, so we'll do 5,000. And then go back to secondary flight plan. Departure off 18 left. Insert, and then we would come back on probably 18 left. 18 center is the longest, so let's do 18 center. Insert that. And we'll just leave that disc on. If we had to come back, then we would just go direct to one of these fixes and join the approach. Now in the rad nav, we got CVG in the first, CVG in the second. I'm gonna hard tune Orlando just so that I know it's in there when we get close. Good. Alright, now here's where we can start boarding our folks. Go to the top of climb, we'll use that. One leg today. As of right now, one, possibly two. I'm pretty sure we can squeeze two in. It's only 2 o'clock. Thinking maybe doing Orlando back to Atlanta in either 7.5 or 7.3. I need to redeem myself on both of those aircraft. The last streams that we've had where I flew those airplanes, everything went to hell in a handbag real quick. The 7.3 was because of I had a button bound to catapult and I didn't know it, and that caused me to crash. 256 at 80. I do specialize in the Airbus. I'm a real world flight dispatcher, and this is the main aircraft that I deal with. So this is kind of my my baby right here. But I probably have more flight time on the simulator in a 7.5 prepared. So I do need to redeem myself. Alright, so let's get some passengers boarding. Plug-ins. Let's do the Toliss. Loading info. Our 0 fuel weight plan today is 152.6. We're at 148. Let's increase some passengers. That'll work right there. Sweet. Our fuel today is 18. This is actually based off of a 321NEO, not a NEO. So let's go, we'll subtract 1,000 pounds. Instead of 18.5, let's go 17.5. That'll work. Load, load. Cool. Now we can get Pacx going. And then I'm going to do what EQ was saying he does. I'm going to turn off crew volume here. And then in the ACARS client, I'm going to do their sounds. Although the only thing that I'm afraid of is it's going to play the JipWiz sounds, call outs, and I don't really want that. We'll give it a shot, see what it does. Alright, so love the 7.5. Sweet, okay, so we'll do 7.5 on the next leg. What's up with the one leg? Well, you know me. We'll typically start with one leg and then it turns into 2, sometimes 3, depending on girlfriend stuff. Where are we at? Okay, so back down and make do. Toliss pull back up. We'll go to the init B page. Our zero fuel weight is, our actual zero fuel weight, there's always a difference between actual and planned, is 152.6, and the zero fuel weight is 29.3. 29.3. Put that in. The block fuel is going to be 17.6. If I can type right. Put that in. Taxi fuel, we're going to say 200 pounds. And then zero out the route reserve. Our reserve fuel, and this is based off of CO, is 4.3. So the NEO would probably be a little bit closer to 3.9, so we'll do that. I've never dispatched a 321NEO, only 320NEOs, so I'm not as familiar with their burns, but I would imagine they're not too far off. Let's see. Cool. Now for performance, we're gonna go flaps 2, no toga. Let's see, off 1.8 left. Gives us a CG of 30%, which is down 0.5. Let's go flaps 2, down 0.5. Our flex temp 52. And our V speeds 42, 42, 45. God, I hate how the cursor changes it. Throws me off. It's like it seems laggy. Oh, 42, 42, and 45. Alright, so that is set. Go ahead and get the APU going. Alright, so flight directors are on, constraints come on. Top altitude on the SID. 6,000 for jets. 6,000's in there. And then current weather conditions. Ooh, a little gusty out of here. Winds are 220 at 14, gusting 2.9. 10 statute miles, broken at 1500, overcast 2100. Temperature is 17, dew point 15, altimeter is 2977. Get that tuned up in the altimeter and in the standby. As always, 1, 2, and 3. Cool. Now let's do a quick little mini brief, and we'll finish getting everything squared away. Pull up some charts. Cool. It's gonna be a real short taxi. Alright, so mini brief. Takeoff runway is going to be 1.8 left, or gross weight. Actually, I don't want a mini brief, I want a departure brief. Cool. Alright, so this will be a right seat takeoff. It's a 321NEO for tail strike avoidance. There's no MELs or CDLs that affect the performance of the aircraft. Due to the short taxi, we're going to do a 2-engine taxi. Our taxi route will be, we'll turn nose right, Romeo. Actually, tell you what, we're just coming straight across to Sierra, Tango, uniform, short 1.8 left. So we have no hot spots or runways to cross. If we have to reject the takeoff, it would be my decision to reject the takeoff. We'll come to a complete stop, set the parking brake, call flights in station, analyze situations, call for any ECAM actions or the emergency evacuation checklist as required. After B1, we'll fly the engine out procedure, which with no ATC and no company manuals, we'll just handle it ourselves, vector ourselves back around using the secondary that we have planned. We'll speed up, clean up. Our engine out today is 1890. We are under, just barely, under our max landing weight if we need to come back. And the landing runway will be 1.8 center. If all goes as planned, we'll fly the SID. Our top altitude is 6,000. And we're squawking probably, well, that's wrong, 2,000. Departure brief is complete. Let's get that Avy tab pulled up. And that way y'all can see the checklist I'm using. Ground services, we can disconnect and get rid of external power. Get that bleed going. Let's have plenty of time to warm up. And fuel pumps can come on. Once we're done boarding, we'll run the before start checklist and be on our way. Just watch the DoorDash map my delivery driver go around the building 3 times. Just asking him, what'd you go around for? You got wind shear? Or what's one more reason for the go around? 3 times. Hope he tankered in enough fuel for the go arounds. So I don't have the correct paint scheme or whatever for the engines, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of really liking the white on white in this Frontier livery. It looks pretty nice. See if there's anybody else around here. We are connected to Vatsim, and it looks like we're the only ones. Just waiting on these daggone passengers to be ready to go. So let's cross-check everything. Let's see. Looks like my little stream overlay killed off. Come on, thing. I have to keep going blank and stuff, trying to get this overlay to work. I know there's a refresh button somewhere too. There we go. Boom! Yeah, lonely day at the airport. I was hoping that with Vatsim would have some other folks around. I got a text Shaq and asked him if there's some sort of like third party something other for to give me some static aircraft at least chilling at the gates. I don't like how dead it looks. I'm pretty new to this whole X-plane game. Bear with me on that front. Also, am waiting on a phone call from a credit union refinancing my truck. Submitted my application today, and they're supposed to call me sometime this afternoon and let me know whether or not I'm approved, which I'm sure I am. Oh, speaking of the devil. Alright guys, stand by, I gotta take this phone call real quick. Alright, boom. I am approved. Refinancing my truck. Gonna save $200 a month. Hell yeah. Just gotta set up that account here a little bit. Alright, so it sounds like our passengers are boarded. Everything else is pretty much set. Get that beacon light on. Go to the Toliss, make sure everything else is pulled. I'm pretty sure it is. All that's good to go. Everything else is in auto, so it should be closed. It is. Slides are armed. Sweet. Let's get the pushback, and then we'll do our checklist and be underway.
Alright, Captain, got the directions. Let me know through the menu when you're ready.
We're ready, bro.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
Before start, checklist. Maintenance log and tails, onboard and check. Cover preps complete. Gear pins, covers are removed. Signs are on and auto. ADIRs are in nav. Fuel, we require 16.8. Well, I guess 15.8 since we are deducting 1,000. We have 17.5 on board. Altimeters 2977 are set. EFB is checked. Windows, doors, and slides closed and armed. Beacon is on. Thrust levers and idle. Parking brake is on. Transponders are in auto. Before start, checklist is complete. Finally, let's get going.
Alright, looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Good. Hurry up. Got places to go, things to do. Trying to get to Disney. Just kidding. Care less about Disney. I've been living in Orlando for the past 2.5. Oh, hey, Orlando Tower is on. Sweet. Not that they'll be there by the time we get there. But I've been here for 2.5, 3 years now. Never been to Disney once, Universal once, SeaWorld once. No, I'm not don't really care to wait forever in line.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Brakes release, clear to push.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up. Okay.
Captain, the cabin is secure. All passengers are aboard.
Oh, we gotta get dings too? That's weird. Alright, we'll kill my face so that we can just enjoy the sim. I don't know if I want play global. Nope. Airline message sound. Maybe. Of course. Stick with that for now. Need to save anything? Run that block time. Let's fire up number 1. We've got more than 25 psi on the high pressure valve. So now we can fire it up. I don't even know if this is the particular NEO engine that Frontier flies. I think it is. Nonetheless, this thing sounds moist sexy.
Wind shear, wind shear, wind shear.
Great, we're getting wind shear warnings before we're even off the ground. So that brings me to a good point. With known wind shear,
wind shear, wind shear, wind shear.
We will need to take off in toga. So once this engine gets started up, we'll switch our performance over into toga.
Wind shear,
That's
wind
get
shear,
really old.
wind shear.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Brake set, clear, disconnect. Job going.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
Wind shear, wind shear, wind shear.
Let's see. Audio.
Wind shear, wind shear, wind shear. wind shear, wind shear, wind shear.
I can't click my little button. Oh, this is horseshit.
Wind shear, wind shear, wind shear.
Alright, got a good start on one. Let's roll number 2. While that's rolling, we'll switch our performance over to Toga.
Wind shear, wind shear, wind shear.
Let's see, once.
Wind shear, wind shear, wind shear.
And that's me 38, 38, and 42. No flex.
Wind shear, wind shear, wind shear. Wind shear, wind shear, wind shear.
But what are these dudes doing?
Wind shear, wind shear, wind shear.
My parking brake is set.
Wind shear, wind shear, wind shear. Wind shear, wind shear, wind shear. Wind shear, wind shear, wind shear.
Options. Wind shear oral alert. Turn that off. Alright, so that's off. So, if anybody knows, Jim, what's up, man? Tony, what's up? It's almost 2:22 on 2/22/22. Yeah, I missed that. Does anybody know what the hell to do if your better pushback won't go away? Because this dude ain't going away. Oh my god, guy. Is there a way to get this to like just reset? Because I know if I start trying to taxi, I'm not gonna be able to steer. Nose wheel steering is disconnected. What if we go? I want to click that button. Jesus, man. Here comes Another tug for the tug. Just take off tug attached. Yeah, I actually did that earlier today. Do you have auto disconnect turned on in the preferences of better pushback? I'm pretty sure. We'll see what happens after this. Still says nose wheel steering is disconnected. Parking brake set. Nose wheel steering still disconnected. Alright, let's see. Better pushback, preferences. Oh, this is so small. It doesn't say anything on here about auto disconnect. Got language, crew audio. Oh, auto disconnect when done. And of course, this is so small. To swap the monitors, it's not working. Dude, what the hell? I can't even get that off. I've been having, so I swapped my monitors and like everything is really small now because I'm on like a higher res. Default monitor settings. If you don't have auto disconnect turned on, the tug won't leave until you click the little disconnect icon that pops up. Oh yeah. Why didn't he? It never popped up. Let's try this. Where's... Yeah, now I'm not even getting that anymore. Like the... It needs to be like a reload. And then the window comes back, and I still can't click in it. Am I going to have to redo this all over again? Make sure UI scaling is set to 100%. Okay. See, this is why I got folks who be knowing. Still no worky. Ah, boom. He's moving, which is a decent sign. Oof. Yeah, that's a long damn. That's longer than I dispatched. Well, you haven't missed anything. We're struggling to get our nose wheel steering to reconnect after senior pushback. Is he like reconnecting or what? Oh, and you gotta restart? Oh my god. I'm thinking he's reconnecting. Like the little thing popped up and I clicked it, but then...
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Alright, and so now I'm not going to get this to go away. Oh god. Currently watching you and the USS Nimitz pull out of San Diego at the same time. Oh, that's freaking sweet. Jim says we'll be back for you recheck if we redo the stream. I don't know. What do y'all think? I mean, I'm gonna have to roll with this stupid box here now because I can't get it to go away. And I change anything, it doesn't do nothing. Gonna bother the hell out of me. Open the preferences again, and it should. I tried that like 17 times. Let's see, preferences. Open it. What if? Let's see. Let's go minimize. Let's try this. Let's go. We're burning the hell out of some gas. Where are we at? Let's go windowed. Safe. Get out of here. Oh, now we're just frozen. Pow. Through troubleshooting. We will survive. Alright. Good God. Okay. Good thing we're in a NEO. I think we're ready to go. Cincinnati traffic. Frontier 2541. Taxing to 18 left for departure. Cincinnati.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Welcome aboard, and thanks for flying with Delta. Thanks for flying with Delta.
All of us at Delta contribute to safety.
And it's our first priority
On every flight.
So before we depart,
We'll be giving a brief safety presentation.
Okay. Be sure all carry-on items are securely stowed.
Alright, FSR checklist. Engine dynamics is off. Yellow electric pump is off. And rudder trim is 0. Mini brief. Takeoff runway is 18 left. Our gross weight is 169.8. Fuel on board is 17.2. Flap config 2, V speeds 138, 142, flex, no flex. Initial altitude is 6,000. The standard transition in our first fix is Camo.
sure your seatbelt is fastened.
Once we get on the straightaway, we'll do a flight controls check.
Insert the metal
Then
tip
before
into the
takeoff
buckle
flow,
and adjust the strap
before
so
takeoff
it's lowered tight
checklist,
across
and
your
get
lap.
airborne.
To release the belt,
Clear on the left
twist
and
the
right.
top of the buckle.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the
Won't be a
seatbelt sign
super
is
short
off.
taxi.
And even when the sign is off, please keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience unexpected roughing.
Yeah, it sure did.
Federal regulations require all
Yeah, we did get it
passengers
fixed, Jim.
with
Thank
the
God. I did not want to
and
redo
lighting
everything.
information signs
Waste y'all's
located throughout
time.
the cabin, in addition to any crew member instructions.
Smoking, including the use of e-cigarettes, is not allowed on any
Alright,
Delta
flight
flight.
controls.
Federal prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying a Russian smoke detector.
Check.
There is exits on this plane. The forward doors have detachable
Pull up.
sides that can be used for flotation.
Pull down.
Life rafts
Neutral.
are located in ceiling compartments at
Pull
the front
left.
and center of the plane.
Pull right.
All exits are
And
clearly
neutral.
marked with an exit
Rudder.
sign. However, if there's a loss of power and cabin visibility is
Pull
reduced,
left.
lights will illuminate the
Pull
items
right.
to guide you to an
Neutral.
exit.
Flight controls
Please
checks
take a
complete.
moment to find the
If it's
exit
fast
closest
enough.
to you. And remember, they might
away.
be behind you. It's unlikely, but if cabin pressure changes, the panels above your seat will open, revealing oxygen masks. If this happens, reach up and pull the mask toward you until the
Stop
tube
playing
is
before
fully
we
extended. Place
screw
the
up.
mask over your nose and mouth. Slip the elastic strap over your head and adjust the mask if necessary.
Alright.
Breathe normally and note that oxygen
We'll get
is
short of the
flowing,
runway.
so don't
Guess
worry
we'll just
if
do it
the
right
mask
here.
isn't inflated. Be sure to adjust
Parking
your
brake
own
set.
mask before helping others.
A water
Before takeoff,
evacuation is also unlikely,
checklist. Gross weight
but just
comparisons
in
complete.
case,
Pitch
life
trim.
vests are
30%
located
CG
under
set.
your
V1
seat
VR
in the
B2
main
flex.
cabin. If
It is
you're seated in the
138,
first
138,
class or
142,
business class
no
cabin,
flex.
life vests are either in a compartment
Flight
beneath or
flaps
adjacent to
are
your
config 2. Flight instruments are
To
checked.
use,
Flight
remove
controls
the
checked.
vest from
Economy
the
mode
container
takeoff
by
all
pulling on
green.
the
Ecom
tab
status
and
is
then
checked.
opening
Proof
the
wind
pouch.
shears on auto. TCAS
Flip
code
the
set
vest
TARA.
over your
Cabin
head.
cruise
Wrap
advised.
the
Mini
strap
brakes
around
complete.
your waist
Our
and
takeoff
attach the
runway is
buckle
18
and
left. Spin
and
confirmed. We
adjust
looked out the
loosely
window.
around your waist. Activate the
Fuel
plane
we
and place the
require
vest by pulling down on the red tab at the
15.8.
bottom of the vest. Or manually
We've
inflate
got
it by pulling the
16.1
tube
or
at shoulder
17.1
level.
on
A
board.
water-activated light is attached
Engine
to
mode
each
selectors
vest.
normal. Bleed packs are
If
set.
necessary, we'll
Before
distribute
takeoff
engine light
checklist.
vests or other flotation devices
All the way
for
is
children
complete.
who weigh 35 pounds or less. Now, before we take off, be sure your seat is upright. Your aisle armrests are lowered. Your tray table is
In the
put
real
away,
world, you're supposed to
and
wait until
all
they're done
carry-on items are properly stowed.
their stuff, but
As we come to the cabin for our final safety
we're not
check,
going to.
please let us know if you have any questions. And finally, now would be a good time for everyone to review the safety information card, which is in your seat pocket.
On behalf of everyone at Delta Airlines, from our pilots,
Flight attendants,
Ramp and cargo agent.
to TechOps, Operations and Customer Center,
reservations, Sky Club ambassadors, and ticket and gate agents.
we want to thank you for paying attention. Now, as we prepare for takeoff, please relax and enjoy your flight.
Cincinnati traffic. Frontier 2541. Departing off 18 left. Exiting the airspace to the south. Cincinnati. So I just realized too that was a Delta announcement and we're Frontier. Clear left and right. Stream is having a little lag or explain. It must be the stream, probably because I'm also in like 4K. Even though y'all aren't going to see it in 4K. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. If I need to, I'll reduce the settings a little bit. Alright, here we go. We're lined up. Forward pressure on the stick. Looking for symmetrical thrust. You got it. Man, Toga, SRS runway, auto thrust blue. Eight knots, thrust set. Neutral by 100. There's V1. On the nose into the wind. Positive rate, gear up. Oh yeah, that is a big lag. Alright, pause. Let's turn some of those settings down. Let's see. I'll leave texture quality up. Do this. Alright, we'll try that. First climb. Oh, it's still lagging. Texture quality, we'll bring that down. Today's just not going as planned. Gotta get that capture card. Dude, what the hell is the problem today? Let's try this. No, this is what I really don't want to do. Of course. Now it's all screwed up. Smooth again, so we got that, so we can probably crank some of this other stuff back up, get it looking a little bit better. Sorry guys, just turn it all the way down. Kill reflection barely changes the look of the external aircraft but murders frame rates. Okay. Sweet. Thanks for joining the Discord. If you ever want to reach out directly, you can always shoot me a message on there. Myself and EQ chat on there quite a bit. And we'll do one last thing. Alright. I mean, it looks way worse than it did before on my end, because I was looking at it in 4K, which makes sense why we were struggling. I didn't think about that with the whoa, no, I want to close that card. I didn't think about these changes since I swapped monitors. Sweet. Alright, let's keep it going to, where are we going today? 35. Thrust climb, open climb. 35 blue. After takeoff checklist, landing gears up, flaps retracted, bleed packs are set, and APU is off. After takeoff checklist is complete. Alright, so y'all let me know how we're looking now. It looks pretty smooth on my side, but who knows what y'all are actually seeing. So Tony, if I were to go get that capture card, do you think I would still be able to see the sim in 4K on my side, while y'all see 1080 and get smooth performance on the stream. Because like a while ago I was in 4K and everything was buttery smooth on my side. It was just really laggy for y'all. So do you think if I got the capture card that I could play in 4K on my side, stream in 1080, and it'd be a smooth 1080 for y'all? If so, I might go as soon as we land, or go tomorrow morning. I've been trying to avoid spending that extra $250 since my dog just, in fact, like I was gonna go to Best Buy before going to pick up my dog, but I got to think, it's like, you know what? She just had to have 2 cancerous tumors removed this morning. Who knows what it's going to cost? So let me wait before I spend that money. I still don't know what it's going to cost, but to me it seems like it's definitely advantageous to get that capture card. Alright, cool. I'm getting a little error on the YouTube side saying not enough video to maintain smooth streaming, but it looks good on my end. Alright, so we did cross 10,000. If y'all know of any buttons to disarm spoilers that I can bind to something, that would be great. Because in the real airplane, when it's gear up, you then disarm the spoilers. Same thing, you're coming down, it's gear down, arm the spoilers. And I can't do it quickly because I don't have a button bound to it. Let's see, I was doing some research on it. All you need, what you have in the PC now. Apparently, since you already have a 3080, the capture card will only really improve recording, not streaming. Oh, that sucks. So I was really hoping that capture card would be a good way to make things better for y'all. Because, you know, I'm here for y'all. My wonderful, wonderful wrong side people. Yes, I got that login, okay. Coming to you, Tom. My watch is going nuts. Alright. I think we just need to dial in YouTube and OBS settings. If it is smooth for you, it should be smooth for us. Okay. That's good to know. For 17, for 18. Yeah, it's hard to go from 4K on my side to like just. I did follow some YouTube videos, like the creator of Twitch. He has a video on like how to stream. Different resolutions. I followed those, but you know better than I would. So when we were departing Cincinnati, the radar was showing a lot of nastiness to our south that we're going to have to cross. Now there's nothing there. Look at live weather. First, we are above transition. Wrong button. Pull standard, standard, standard. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, now there's definitely some weather we're going to have to cross. So, Cincinnati's up over here. We'll be crossing this stuff. Don't think the top should be very high. Man, what time of year it is, although we have this trough. You can tell this weather's kind of being powered by this trough. But it's dissipating, so I doubt the tops are very high. Might catch some bumps as we cross it. Yep, using real weather, using, what is this, Active Sky XP. Kind of went the cheap way instead of Enviro, whatever it's called. Let's see. Man, it's so weird watching a carrier pull out of San Diego, seeing it from a different perspective. Yeah, I bet. Especially when like the main perspective is standing on the damn thing. So what are you watching on? It's like on YouTube or what? And is it live? Or is it like pre-recorded? That'd be pretty damn cool. Imagine seeing something that big coming out of a dry dock. Home state, Tennessee. Dang right. Man, I'm supposed to be a Tennessee native right now. My airline was going to move our operation control center to Franklin, Tennessee, just south of Nashville, and it was all happening. We had the building, everything was happening. Like the move-in company was coming in to like brief us and how things were going to happen, how they're going to move us, etc. And then COVID happened, and everything fell through. And now I'm stuck in Florida. Also some picture and video settings. Away from Nashville. Sweet. How, probably never go over there, dude. I went there, I took my girlfriend there for her birthday. We had a good time, but I wouldn't want to live in Nashville. Honestly, Nashville kind of seemed a little drab. But Franklin, though, super nice. Very clean. Felt safe. I was really looking forward to it. Plus, I'm a huge country music connoisseur. Not bro country, though. EQ knows this. Talked about it yesterday. Yeah, I love me some country music now. It's grown like crazy overnight here in Indy. Well, based off the winds and how fast that stuff's moving, I bet it was pretty gnarly last night. I am not ready for thunderstorm season, and we're inching closer and closer to it. On the dispatch side of things, I'd much rather deal with winter weather, which is, you know, low visibility, low ceilings, lots of low IFR conditions, freezing fog, snow, all that kind of stuff. Much rather deal with that than thunderstorms. Because at least with winter weather, I can put them just about on any route that I want. Unless like turbulence is a factor, because turbulence is a big factor in the wintertime. And by the way, this thing's not too loud for y'all. Now that little button's not working on. You know, in summertime, as a dispatcher, you can't just go like, oh, this route works. So you have to be very cognizant of if weather's there now, is there going to be weather over the route by the time, not now, but when your airplane gets out there? If I'm planning Los Angeles to Boston, you know, that's a 5-hour-long flight. So weather might be great. Time I'm planning, which I'm planning flights 2 hours before departure time. So the next question is, weather's good now, but what's the weather going to be like while en route? And then if you start seeing weather building somewhere, you want to figure out where your airplane is going to be in relation to the weather when it's in the area of weather. So you're trying to figure out times and all this kind of stuff. It's just a huge pain in the ass, and it really slows down your flight planning. Plus, a lot of times too, on these long transcons, you'll have crews take off. Once they're airborne, like Vegas, Tracon, or probably not Vegas Tracon, but like, I don't know, say Denver Center, be like, hey, would y'all like a shortcut? And the pilots are like, hell yeah, let's take a shortcut. They never want to sit in the airplane as long as they need to. So they'll accept the shortcut because Denver Center is unaware of any weather that's like an Indy Center. So they take the shortcut instead of taking the route that I put them on to route them around weather, and that shortcut will put them straight through the weather. So then I have to see it, be like, yo, that shortcut's putting you through the weather. I need you to go back on what I had you filed on. So a lot of times, if that's a possibility, I'll go ahead, remark the release, say, if ATC offers a shortcut, please check with me first before accepting in the event they route you through weather. So, like I said, Denver Center has no idea what the weather is in Indy Center. Therefore, they'll offer shortcuts because that controller wants to get that aircraft out of their sector as fast as possible so they can chill. And they'll put them down the long road into 55,000, 60,000 foot tops that obviously an airplane can't get over, and they have to go around, and deviations might take a while and burn extra gas that you may not have planned for because they weren't supposed to take shortcuts. So it's been smooth so far, so let's kill that seatbelt sign. We're looking good. I go to Nashville a lot. Okay. So you know all about Nashville. We had a good time. We went to rooftop bar at Blake Shelton's Old Red. My girlfriend was a little bit lit. She spilt water on me 3 separate times, and I wasn't happy. But it was her birthday, so I didn't yell at her too much. It was heading straight at the camera now. It's turning big boy. Oh, okay. So, well, what are you watching on YouTube? I want to pull it up too. Don't leave me hanging. I'm just going to search USS Nimitz. I don't see anything live, so it must have been re-recorded, whatever you're watching. If it's on YouTube. Oh, yeah, USS Nimitz. Thought I had the wrong carrier for a second. Looks like V1 is on today, flying Medellin, Colombia experience. Oh, he's just starting to. Yeah, I couldn't find it either. For any of y'all who may not be aware of V1, he is a real-world Airbus pilot. Quite sure he works at my company. Good dude, and he has a lot of good tutorials and explains things a lot in detail. He is live right now. It's fine. Avianca. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this whole 1080 thing. Okay, so while we're entering cruise, we shouldn't hit the high tops if the tops are high. Tell you what, I can actually look at that. Let's go here. I would show y'all, but my company email address is displayed on here. I can't. But I have this website that we use. It's our weather provider for my company, and gives you all sorts of good information. You can pretty much dispatch off this thing. So let's see. We've got a cold front in the mix as well. That's what's really powering this stuff. They're showing isolated embedded thunderstorms up to 34,000 feet. So that's not too bad. We should be able to top most of that. Other convective sigmets are showing average tops 39,000, or correction, 33,000 feet, with max tops, probably more isolated areas, up to 39,000. But that should remain to the west of us. Should be no factor. Rides look pretty good. If we were going north, rides would be pretty nasty. They're showing moderate turbulence, 30,000 to 38, going north, crossing the jet stream in the cold front. It looks like all PREFs are showing lower altitudes. Yeah, glad I'm not working today. Coming in our direction, once we clear these thunderstorms, it'll be smooth sailing. Alt cruise. Turn to cruise here in just a sec. Actually, never mind. It should have been, would have been alt cruise star, and then now that we've captured cruise altitude, alt cruise. A little confused. Once you go 4K, it's hard to go back to 1080. Yep, absolutely. I watch V1. Yeah, I think anybody who watches any flight sim streams typically watch V1 and also A321 Sim Pilot. There's a new guy in the, who's like a real pilot to the whole flight sim scene. I can't remember what the guy's name is. He's also British, but I don't enjoy his channel as much because he's a little bit monotone. He just doesn't have the entertaining personality that 320 Sim Pilot has and V1's got, as well as other streamers like Blue and Cap Canada, and who's the other one I watch? I watch XP72 every now and then. Base resolution should be whatever in the resolution you're running XP now. 3840 60. Output should be where it is. Roger. Cool. I'll tinker that on the next leg. See if we can't make this thing look better. EasyJet Sim Pilot. Is that dude a real pilot? I've seen his channel before, but I don't know if he was real. Now the guy I'm thinking of is also a Airbus pilot, I believe. Let me find him. I see his stuff pop up every now and then. Saw Blue took a discovery flight the other day. His flight instructor was relatively cute. I would prefer a relatively cute chick as my instructor instead of a dude who's probably farting and stinking up the cockpit. EasyJet Sim Pilot looks like he's online right now too. I want to take a look at the picture in Discord I posted. We'll go. I know what camera you're talking about too. Actually, we'll watch that camera to watch airplanes land at the airport. Oh shit. Got an Atlas 747-400 freighter variant. I've actually never, I've seen them in person taxiing, but I've never seen them with the nose up. Is that your picture? You take that? So that's pretty badass. Display settings were off a bit. If ever was looking for the carrier, live feed to find it. No, but I think I know. Let me see if I have. I think it's the link that I've got. I use a lot of webcams at work to watch for. Like there's a webcam in Fort Lauderdale that looks towards the airport, and it's a good tool to use for any early indications of fog because meteorologists can never forecast fog in Fort Lauderdale. Oh yeah, I see it. Oh. It's got the carrier right there. Yes, have some videos too. Sweet. If Discord allows you to post them, because I know you have to have like premium or whatever to whatever they call it, Discord Turbo, to upload larger files. If you want to and you got it, feel free, man. Definitely show them. Love to see them. As this camera pans around quite a bit, you can see San Diego Airport right off to the right. If it's timed just right, oh, there's a Coast Guard helicopter getting ready to depart. Maybe not. I thought his rotors were spinning. Oh, they are. It was just frozen. Check that out. That's what, MH60? Something like that. And here's the airport. Now, check that out. That is a like 2K image too. We got Japan Airlines 78 getting ready to depart. I've actually never looked at this camera during the daytime. Dang. That's cool. Need that dude to take off now. Alright, cool. Put your link either in the Discord or on here to your channel. So I've noticed sometimes like when I type people's names in that come up in the chat, it doesn't always show like the actual channel. Get rid of my face off. Oh look, the whole time my camera was covering up the helicopter. It's a little more entertaining than my stupid flight. What is this? Is everything? Oh, I guess everything's gonna be different now. Okay. Everything's having to be resized because of each scene has its own settings. I didn't see the link. Is this the one that you're watching at work? See another vessel over here. Tell you what though, I'm glad I ain't living here, but it's unbelievably expensive. Oh, look, helicopter's in a hover. Alright, if we can just sit there, the next 3 rotations, we'll be able to see it up close. Probably won't though, I don't know why they would hover that long. There goes the 7-8 on the climb out. Of course, this doesn't look at it when it's supposed to. Carl Vinson CVN70. Alright, come on, get the helicopter view. Boom, check that out. Now, take off, go, go. I want to see him fly away. Don't care about them folks. I'll put the link in the chat. This is live. See your video. I guess it's somebody else's live stream. Aviation geek.
God damn. Holy heck. Oh man.
It's almost about the same quality as my stream.
I got FedEx in this too.
Oh, there we go. Damn, comes out of nowhere too. Smooth. That's awesome.
got it.
Little hawker. But what airport is that? Page, Kmco, right, 441 miles. Let's put a little range ring around it too, just for fun. Top of descent, near pool. Put one on that one as well. Plan. See if we can see them. Yep, so we got that ring around bull. Know that we're getting close to our top of descent. Be paying attention. I need to set up a little bank account. What time will we get a haircut on that day? Bring the dumb face back. So tomorrow, I have nothing to do other than just to babysit my dog, make sure she's fine after her surgery today. So we'll probably stream all day today. Let's see, go for it. 30. Okay, Nashville. I didn't know Atlas flew in Nashville like that. Oh, sweet, send that too. But the Nimitz is doing F-35 testing, a bunch of non-Navy personnel walking around on the flight deck. Yeah, you're probably right. I need to get this done so I can get my truck refinanced. Pardon me if I kind of a little bit. y'all real quick. This application thing is already not making no sense. I'm gonna call this lady. Find out what the hell she be talking about. Homegirl don't want to answer her phone, so I ain't doing this until she does, until she calls me back. Where are we at? Orlando. Nothing's changed. Alright, let's go ahead and let's get ahead of the 8-ball, start pre-programming for arrival. I'm going to jump back to the Discord and look at what you sent. Perfect. Next. So currently, winds are 140 at 8. Temperature is 28. 30, 20 on the altimeter. Minimums are 200 feet. So Cat 1 ILS. Cool, so that's in there. We won't actually brief or arm anything until we get closer to top of descent. I don't know which view I like better. Definitely doesn't look as good not being in 4K. What is that one view? There it is. Decent. Alright, let's see. Catching back up in the chat. I got lucky that day, won the 747. Took off from Nashville to, Seoul, South Korea. And one came into Nashville from Anchorage. The biggest plane I've seen in Nashville is the Antonov 124. That's a big ass airplane. Biggest airplane I've seen in Lauderdale, since that's a little bit smaller of an airport. I'm there every other week at work. I've seen a 7.4 there that diverted from Miami. Seen some 777-300s that diverted from Miami. The biggest scheduled airplanes that I've seen is oh god, what's her name? Azul A330. Sometimes they bring the NEO in. It's a pretty good looking airplane. 7.6s every morning with FedEx. I've seen the Patriots bring their 7.6. Actually, they have two 7.6s. They brought both of those in earlier this season when they played in Miami. Seen some pretty big stuff. In Orlando, you see everything because, you know, everybody from all over the world is coming to Orlando for frickin' Disney World. So I've never understood. I would never travel to another country and fly that damn long for a theme park, but that's just me. So each their own. See how slow this thing moves. Be a good time-lapse video. That thing takes a hot minute. Granted, it's big as hell. Man, dude, you got real close too. Were you sticking your phone like through a fence, or were you actually like able to like get on the ramp? Damn. Came twice in 1 year in Nashville. I've seen it once. I flew into, back in my single days. And I've always had flight benefits for past decade. So I would often meet pretty ladies and then, like, on the internet, confirm that they were actual, like, who they were supposed to be. And then sometimes, if they were far, I would go fly and hang out. You know, hang out. And I flew into Tulsa one time to go see a girl there, and saw Ann Anatov sitting on the ramp. It's pretty neat. So looking at Valento, looks like we're just shy of controlled airspace. Miami Center is online, but Jax Center is not, which I believe is who predominantly controls Orlando, because it's like right on the border. Tower's no longer there, of course. Who knows? Maybe somebody will pick it up. Everything is so big now because we're in 1080. So since we're not flying Delta, let's turn that off for now. And Pacx. Cool. Over the fence, damn. 6'6", and where I was standing, I was able to reach over the fence. That must be nice. I'm a solid 5'8". I always wanted to be at least 6 foot tall. Never happened for me. Yeah, no pictures came through. Just your link for the webcam. Oh, never mind. It's on the actual server. That's awesome. It's a good setup. I see me. Bring this down where everybody else can see it. Yeah, I like that. stuff that you took back in your day? Damn, Tomcat. I tried learning the Tomcat a little bit on DCS. I gave up pretty quick. Damn, that is awesome. I have never even seen an aircraft carrier in person. That is some sweet nose art. Maybe we could fly a DCS on here one day. Pretty cool. Blue diamonds. That looks... I can't see the intake. I want to say Legacy. Yep. Looks like that is a Hornet. Doesn't have the big squared off intakes like the Super Hornet does. That's awesome. So, correct me if I'm wrong, that E8 Growler? Can't remember. I've always liked the way this airplane looks. I used to, back when I had FSX, I think it was the first plane that I figured out you could like actually download an add-on airplane and like fly planes that didn't come on the sim, and the first thing was this airplane. I always thought it was pretty neat. It's like kind of like a, not really a fighter, but I guess kind of like an attack reconnaissance type aircraft, but it's like multi-crew, 4 guys inside. I'll find a picture of I think EQ has seen it, but I'll find a picture of my work setup. Things get a little busy for us too. Oh yeah, I don't have Facebook, so I won't be able to log in to see it. I got rid of all my social media during the last election season. I got tired of shit being thrown in my face. Oh, I knew it. Hornet and Super Hornets aren't out yet. Damn, that's crazy. 6B Prowler. Okay, so I was right on the numbers part, the letters and numbers. Prowler. I know the Growler these days is the electronic warfare, like Super Hornet electronic warfare, whatever version. Super Hornets took the place of the F-14. Yeah. F-14 had those badass Phoenix missiles though, those long-range missiles. Were those radar? They had to be radar, right? Because I know the F-14 was also known for its long-range radar capabilities. Let's see if I can find a picture of my Spatchy setup. I actually think that we need more monitors than what y'all will see that we have. Make sure my company name's not displayed in it anywhere. For those of y'all who haven't seen, this is my home setup for like Boeings. Some of y'all have probably seen it, may not. It was in featured in another stream. But now I've put the small monitor on the bottom and put the big monitor on top, because the smaller monitor actually has a much higher image quality. So swap those around. That's why some of this has been messed up, having to resize the window and all that. This is my setup at work. We've only got 3 monitors. We used to have a 4th. We had 4 27-inch monitors. We replaced those with 3 32-inch 4K monitors. although the resolution for the software that runs our remote desktop, you can't change the resolution of that. Therefore, all the windows are still the same size, so we're still losing screen real estate. But we got 3 monitors with all sorts of different software. We got our flight planning software. We've got like our little map here. We've got our plot that tells about our like our tail routing, that kind of stuff. We've got our EFB, the same that the pilots have. Got our charts and different applications there. And then another little monitor here for like our little Discord, not Discord, but like our little Teams chat and all that kind of stuff. Phone system over here, $2 million phone system that works that shit. Oh, guys, credit union's calling back.
And we're about 30,000 miles, 30 to 40,000 miles for the ILS 27 right, the mass traffic, 067.
Phoenix had its, oh shit, I didn't know that. Phoenix had its own radar. That's how they could shoot 6 at a time. Damn, I didn't know that. That's pretty clever. Yes, I said begin. Website. I was supposed to get a haircut tomorrow, but I've decided to cancel it so I can be home to watch the dog. She's in the earlier stages of recouping from serve. Alright, that's done now. God. Place the ID. Oh, I haven't had to download. Sorry guys, I'm being a little boring, trying to get this stuff squared away so I can get it done. Focus on flying. latest selfie. I don't want to take no selfie. Bet that's gonna look awful dumb. They taking selfies on camera. They require a selfie. That's a sexy good time. Our top descent is roughly, how far that is. Let's do math. Math. A little less than 120 nautical miles. Google photos. Upload. I know you're talking to EQ, but I've never heard of American Legion. Just to chime in on the conversation. Come on, somebody needs to take over daggone Orlando. Alright. Going to shoot pool with Sheriff of Spencer, Tennessee at American Legion. Is that like some sort of pro pool kind of thing? I know, again, I know you're talking to EQ, but now I'm curious. Speaking of sheriffs, my dad was a city police officer for 26 years. Spent most of that in homicide. He worked for the State Attorney General's office in Louisiana as an insurance fraud investigator supervisor for North Louisiana. Before we start our descent, what you would really do in real life, if we want to go to the lab, we would call up the flight attendants. So we would hit the this little button, it would ding them, they'd call up, and we would talk to them like, yo, we want to use the bathroom real quick before we start our descent. Oh, okay, I know what that is. We have some of those in Monroe, but they're like where I'm from in Louisiana, but it's called a different, shoot, what are those things called? But yeah, it's the same shit. That'd be pretty damn cool. But yeah, so like we'd call the flight attendant and say, yo, want to use the bathroom before we start descending, and like, alright, cool, give us a second to set up. Then they will stop doing their service if they're still doing the service. The VFW. That's it. That's what I was trying to think of. And they would, in the forward galley, they would take their cart, their galley cart, block off like where the aisle of the cabin is, entering into the forward galley, and then all the flight attendants will stand up there and they'll like guard, block it off. And once they're done and they're ready to go, then they call back up front. We'll have a preset safety word. They'll give the safety word. The pilot will read it back, and then we'll check through the eye hole of the door, make sure everything looks normal. If it does, we'll walk out. Like if I'm jump seat and I'm in the cockpit, then no flight attendant has to come in, since there's 2 people in the cockpit. If I'm not jump seating or nobody else is jump seating and it's just the 2 pilots, then one of the flight attendants comes into the cockpit, so that there's always 2. Therefore, no one person can lock the door and lock out the other pilot. Go use the bathroom, then reverse it all, give the safety word and all that good stuff, and then come on back. So, let's do that. We're going to go call them, pick them up. Yeah, we want to use the bathroom. Alright, cool, we're set up. So then we'll give the safety word. We'll say the safety word is tigers. We'll say tigers. Alright, go tigers. Then we come up. And this is the little peephole that you can't see through. This is, at least on our planes, is always automatic. Come out. Shut the door. And then you would go into the lab. Which you can't use. And when you're done, come back out. Get on the flight to the panel. Call back up front. Give them the safety word. All is good. And we let you back in. So, before we start our way down, I'm going to go take a piss real quick. And be right back. I am back. Just finishing up this little thing-majig I got to do real quick. Oh yeah. Almost there. Let's do a little briefing real quick, and let's get ready to come down. So we are on the Jafar 2 Cody transition. First cross constraint is hunker at or below flight level 260, then downo at or above flight level 240. Sorry, hunker will be at or above 260, and then at or below 240, so on and so forth. We have a speed constraint at Brickwell, because that's what that would be. And we'll just work our way down. We'll be landing to the south, so we'll be at Yago, and then start the approach. So the bottom altitude is 6,000, that's what we'll go ahead and put in since we are in uncontrolled airspace. Planning the ILS to one right. Our approach frequency is 111.9, final approach course is 185, final approach fix is Tuffy at 2,200 feet. Our decision height is 200 feet off the ground, touchdown zone elevation is 94 feet. If we go missed, we'll climb to 500 and climbing right turn to 4,000, then we'll swing back around and try it again. 30-degree glide slope, approach lights, Pappy on the left, and again if we go missed, climb to 500, climbing right turn to 4,000 on a 270 heading, then we'll swing back around and try again. To shoot this approach, we need 200-foot ceilings and half-mile visibility. Should have that. Let's pull up the ATIS. As of 2053 Zulu, Juliet's current winds are 110 at 9 knots. 10 statute miles, scattered 5,000, temperature 28, dew point is 16, altimeter is 3020. They're landing on ILS 17 right and 18 right. RNAV visual approaches are available upon request, but they're not providing that right away, so we'll stick with the ILS 18 right. Let's see, on 18 right, we have heights, runway lights, non-lights, approach lights, touchdown zone lights, Pappy on the left. It's a 30-degree glide slope, it's grooved, RVRs are reporting, and from the glide slope we have 10,954 feet of runway, it's 200 feet wide. Once we land, we'll probably exit at Echo, cross 36 right, and make our way into airside 3. Resize that, it's too damn big. Alright, we have missed our top descent, let's come down to 6,000. Alright, so let's do this as a little how-to for the Airbus. If you want to come down quick, what we're going to do is we're going to go into selected speed, bring it down to 250. Right now our vertical deviation is a lot. It's not showing it though. So once it slows down, what we're going to do is we're going to go into open descent, which is telling the airplane to pitch for speed, and we're going to dial that speed up to make the airplane steepen its descent. So as you can see, we're in open descent, thrust idle, airplane's starting to come down. So now let's spin up the speed Let's go to 70. And now watch this VSI. It's really going to tank. And it's going to pitch to try to catch up that speed. Now, to make it pitch even further, we can throw out some spoilers to make it even harder for it to catch that speed, and it'll pitch down even more. And this is how you come down really fast in an Airbus. So our vertical deviation is right now about 5,500 feet. We shouldn't have any problem catching up with that. Let's dial the speed up a little bit more to 280 now that we're getting away from that overspeed line. Look at that. We are descending at 5,000 feet per minute. It's a little wild. Let's get that seatbelt sign on. Spin it up some more. Then we can go further. Let's go 300. Now, obviously, if we were in controlled airspace, we would want to mind these speed constraints, but we're not, so we can do whatever the hell we want. Now, since we are planning an ILS, we're going to activate the ILS push buttons, and we're going to land auto brake low. Approach briefing is complete. Let's do approach checklist now. Let's check the ECAM status. It's normal. Seatbelt signs are on. Cool. So approach checklist. Briefing is complete. Approach stable 5,000 feet AGL. ECAM status is checked. Seatbelt signs are on. Minimums will be 30-10 once we, actually 30-20 once we cross through it. Sorry. Minimums 200 feet are set. Engine anti-ice 1 and 2 are off, and we'll set those altimeters once we cross through 18,000. All right. So here's the other thing. Open descent does not mind any speed or altitude constraints. So we've just went through the glide path. So now what we can do is we'll push to level, let's say we'll level off at 23. Let it catch back up. Speed alt star. And then we'll go back into managed, and it'll ride the glide path down. But as you saw, it came down really fast, and we were able to catch up in that 5,500 feet real quick without any kind of a problem. And let's go ahead and slow to 280 as well. Alright, so there's 23,000 feet. And we'll start seeing that vertical deviation catch back up once we level off. Alt. Stow those spoilers. Vertical deviation on the prog page, we're roughly 3,000 feet low. No big deal. Just hang out right here. We're actually supposed to be above 24,000 feet right here, so we're busting another constraint. If you want, because we might go through. Now we won't make it through it. There's a little bit of controlled airspace we might make it through. Oh yeah, man, me too. The sounds on this one are pretty awesome, like the little engine whine that it makes when you first give it a little bit of throttle. That is a big characteristic of the NEO engines. And when I'm down at work, my crash pad is, shoot, probably maybe 500 yards at most, maybe less than that, from runway 10 right and 28 left. So every time when those NEOs are landing, you'll hear that engine whine when it goes into reverse. When those guys are giving just a little bit of throttle, you hear that. Oh, it's just the best. By far the best. So what I think we're going to do after we land this flight, I'm going to stop the stream. I'm going to adjust some settings in OBS to where I can fly in 4K, and then y'all will be able to view it in 1080. Although it should still increase your viewing pleasure by a little bit. I think we might be dealing with round 2 of COVID in my household. Yes, everyone is vaccinated. Major eye roll. And at least you're open and honest about it, right? I, for one, have stayed away from it. I had it pretty early on, and everybody that I know, I've got a lot of pilots in my crash pad that got theirs. Every one of them have had it at least twice. I haven't gotten it, and so far I've only gotten it once, and it was extremely mild. Like, the worst issue I had was my energy level was up and down, up and down. But I never really felt bad by any means. I did lose smell or taste for about a week, which sucked because I spent $100 a month on Black Rifle coffee back then, and I couldn't taste my coffee. I was pissed. Personally love the A320 and the whale sound. Yeah, the whale sounds, that's just the characteristic of the NEO engine. They're still the same engines that are on a lot of the 320NEO families. I've seen 220 a few times in person. 6,000, manage descent. So we got thrust idle, descent, and we'll bring it back into manage speed. I've seen a 220 a few times in person, but I've never been on one, and I'm dying for somebody to make a realistic 220 so I can learn the damn thing. Because I would love to learn that airplane. It is a sleek. Have y'all seen the pictures of the Breeze Airways 220s? They have one painted in Mobile, and on one of the engine cowlings, instead of the chrome, it was blue, and it looked real nice. Let's see if I can find that. We gotta call that lady too once we land so we can finish the stupid process. Let's see images. This was only one of the cowlings. That was a little weird. Look how badass that is. I don't know if that's like blue tape or something around, because the other side isn't, as you can tell, but they should do that, because that is real sexy. Now, I'm pretty sure this engine right here is the same one that's on this 321 we're flying right now. At least the spinner looks the same. Oh, that's nice. Such a sleek airplane. Oh, I thought they were the CFM engines. I must be wrong, my bad. That's why I said that. Oh, yeah. No, I mean, even the NEO, like we were just talking about a second ago, even the NEOs have this kind of a whale hum kind of a sound. Predominantly whenever the engines first start to throttle up, like if you're coming like right out of idle, going into like a taxi power, they give you this kind of a whale sound. But I know the CFMs, like the CO CFMs, definitely have that hum kind of a whale sound. I know what you're talking about. I mean, really, you're not wrong, because it's both engines have a characteristic of the whale sound. All right, so we're crossing 19, still in uncontrolled airspace. Passengers are probably not doing great. See some orange folks. See, I don't understand why my flight attendants haven't been doing what they're supposed to do. I don't think they've been feeding nobody or nothing. I thought all that was automatic. So we now 30-20 on the altimeter. 1, 2, 3. Guess we won't do it. Alright, so altimeter is 30-20 set. That's in the approach checklist, which is now complete. Next will be the landing checklist as we get close. Prog pay, let's see where we're at, 56 miles. Orlando. That doesn't help. Orlando traffic, Frontier 2541 is 55 miles to the northwest of the field, planning ILS runway 18 right, Orlando. So I have COM 1 and COM 2 on, monitoring both frequencies, so you can hear me talk on the same frequency, which is kind of weird. Let's see. Catching back up. Speaking of Black Rifle Coffee, that was the hat I was wearing in the live feed. Sweet, I got one too. I rep a lot of Black Rifle merch. They're really good on their merch. Interesting. I was under the impression that older gens did that. Thanks for the info. Yep. In fact, even the IAEs do it too. The CFMs are quite a bit more pronounced than the IAEs, but yeah, they definitely have a little bit of a hum sound to them too. Now, once you get the NEO engines going, like once you come out of idle and you get past that little portion where you get the little whale sound, then they sound very much next gen, like a much I don't know. I don't like the sounds of the NEOs compared to the old school engines. They just don't have as much of a jet airplane sound to them. They're definitely quieter, much quieter. A lot of the guys at the crash pad, a lot of the pilots say that, like when they're flying NEOs, they have to always be looking at the ECAM because it's so quiet. Like the engines almost don't sound like they're on. So they have to like visually check and make sure the engines are running because they can't hear them. But at my company, we run the Pratt & Whitney NEOs. Kind of hoping that Jack Center or maybe Orlando Tower would come on at the last minute. That'd be great. I wonder if this can be not approved for exceeding like a descent rate or something. Doesn't say so. Alright, got to cross a constraint of 12,000 feet. Go, keep on coming down. Looking good. If you enable the little strip to show up at the bottom of your screen, it will give you an overall percentage of the happiness of your passengers and Pacx. Yeah, see, I think I have a button bound to that actually. Wrong button. And ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit, this is your first officer speaking from the wrong side of the airplane, the right seat. We are on our initial descent. Actually, not even initial. We are on our steep descent now. Into Orlando, be on the ground about the next 5 minutes. Sit back, relax, flight test picture again for the arrival. Thank you. Goodbye. And ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit, this is your first officer speaking from the wrong side of the airplane, the right seat. We are on our initial descent. Actually, not even initial. We are on our steep descent now into Orlando. Be on the ground about the next 5 minutes. Sit back, relax, flight test picture again for the arrival. Thank you. Bye. Alright, toggle HUD F3. That's what I was pushing. Ain't no work. Yeah, I've always kept that off just because it kind of kills the immersion for me. Like it would kind of do the same for y'all too. Damn, that's crazy. I love Black Rifle 300 milligram. Now that you say that, had this for my drive home from work 5 days ago and never did drink it. But yeah, got the mocha. I like all of them though. When it comes to the 200 milligram, I drink the espresso mocha. They also have the mocha with cream, which doesn't sell as well.
We have begun our final descent into Orlando. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either
in the real airplane. You can't really hear the flight attendants at all, especially if you're like the pilot flying and you got you've got your headset on. You can't hear them at all. When I'm in the jump seat, I have to hear them so that, like, for it to register on the black box, this part up here, the PA, has to be on, and it has to have, it can't be all the way down, it has to have a little bit turned on so that it's being recorded on the black box. This is also what ACARS goes through with VHF3, and so when I'm in the jump seat, I have to listen to them, which I'm not a fan of, because then I'm listening to the radios, I'm listening to the crew on the interphone, and as well as listening to the PA, so it's a lot going on in my head. But speaking of Black Rifle, I actually drank the espresso mocha this morning. I went to go pick up my dog from the animal hospital. Stopped by 7-Eleven and they were selling them now. I was like, heck yes. So we got a JetBlue 132 inbound from LA out ahead of us. Let's see. Orlando traffic. Frontier 2541 is 26 miles to the northwest of the field, planning the ILS runway 18 right, Orlando. Alright, so while we can talk about it real quick, once we land, we'll watch a couple replays and stuff, and then I'm gonna disconnect, schedule another stream probably for about 5:15 or so. That'll give me time to feed my dogs, let them out, give my dog her medicine. My girlfriend's gonna call when she gets off at 5, get that out the way, and then we'll fly the 7-5 up to Atlanta from Orlando. Unless y'all want to see a 7-3, y'all choose. Up to y'all. I'll fly either one and probably screw it up. There's a lake. There's Lake Apopka. So we're probably flying over my house right now. And we took a little nature drive up through here the other day. Saw tons of alligators and waterfowl. It was a good time. Alright, so I'm going to go into selected speed because now the airplane has activated the approach on its own since we're so close. So I'm going to go into selected speed, maybe. There we go. We'll dial it down to 220. We'll put in 4,000. And since we're still on control, let's go direct naval. There we go. And we're below flap 1 speed, so we'll keep it coming down just a little bit. We'll go to 210 and go flaps 1. Get that VLS to retract, get out of our way. Throw a little bit of spoilers so we can stay on that green dot. Get settled under the glide slope, so I'll dip below that green dot a little bit, and then we'll just ride the ILS all the way in. The other good thing too is our missed approach altitude is 4,000, so we're already dialed on that. So since we're below the glide slope will come down, we'll capture it, ride it down. We'll never have to take the altitude in the FCU, which is here. Never have to change that, and we'll already be set for the missed approach altitude. to 4,000. Let's get rid of my face and just enjoy the sim. Alt. Going to stow the spoilers. And let's go flaps 2. Hear that whine? On the approach. Bloke star. We can go ahead and arm the second autopilot channel. Glide slope's almost coming, almost down. So let's go to 180. And so today, EQ is very well aware. Yesterday we were talking about doing 170 to 7, which means staying 170 knots till 7 miles. Today, let's make it harder. Let's do 170 miles to 170 knots to 5 miles, which is more so the realistic, what they would do in real life, and we'll do that instead. We're at 14 miles now. For flaps 2, we're looking good. This airplane does struggle to slow down a little bit, so we might go, we'll do 170. Glide slope. So now we've got speed, glide slope, localizer, Cat 3 dual, autopilot 1 and 2, which is what you want to see. We are looking good. Orlando traffic, Frontier 2541 on a 12-mile final, ILS 18 right, Orlando. Let's see, 77. Last time I said 757, you had an epic aircraft failures. I sure did. That time will be perfect because I'll be able to watch at 510 your time. I should be at the American Legion by then. Cool, sounds good. We should get a 727 so we can break all the noise ordinances taking off. I wouldn't even know how to start that damn thing. The Concorde would be sick, which I also wouldn't know how to start or even fly. Actually, real life, by the way, we're going to try this. In real life, on this approach, ATC would hold you at 3,000 feet until you cross Sanford, or not Sanford, Orlando Executive, which is right down there. So we're going to stay at 3,000, and then we have to rush down once we clear. They tell you to do it off of the Orlando VOR. So once you cross the VOR, there's still a half mile to go, then you come down. So we're going to go ahead and slow it down. We're going to want to be slow. Alright. My airplane. Now we got to catch up with the ILS. Let's go gear down. Arm spoilers. Flaps 3.
2,500.
Manage speed. And it's hard to get stable. We have to be stable by 1,000 feet. We've got 1,300 feet to get on the ILS, get stable. You can already see we're struggling to hold speed.
2,000.
If we need to, we'll go missed. There's 7 miles. Orlando traffic, Frontier 2541, 7-mile final, ILS 18 right, Orlando. Here comes the glide slope. We're catching up. I've been on Delta having to do this before in a 7.5. It was a little gnarly, but they knew it was coming, so they were ready for it. It's just a standard thing that Orlando does on 18 right. Alright, cool. So we're looking good. We're pretty much on the ILS. Do some minor corrections, but
1,000.
we are stable. Our VSI is less than 1,000 feet, so we're looking good. Alright, landing checklist. Cabin crews advise auto speed, auto brakes low, landing all green except for the flight attendants. We don't care about that. Not a big deal. See, now we're done. Passed up the glide slope. As long as we can catch back up without exceeding 1,000 feet per minute, we can continue to land. But it's running away from us. There's 900 feet, 1,000 feet.
500.
We're going around.
400.
Go around flaps. Positive brake. Gear up. Line of traffic. Frontier 2541 going around on a right. Orlando. Alright, there is our turn. Alt star. Acceleration altitude. So y'all never see any streamers do go-arounds, do you? Alright, let's go flaps 2. Nose down, keep that acceleration coming. Full heading. Autopilot. We'll level off here. Thrust climb. And then we got speed alt star heading. Cool. Flaps 1. And flaps up. Disarm those spoilers again. So basically, a go-around is just another takeoff. You do everything the same as you would. It can get a little more chaotic. As long as you stay ahead of the airplane, you're fine. So we'll accelerate a little bit, 230. Interesting. Alright, let's get set back up. The flight plan. Arrival, ILS 18 right, insert, let's go and stay in heading mode, we'll turn north, that was fun. It's been made for Microsoft Flight Sim. Yeah, I probably won't get it because I won't know what the hell to do. You had issues slowing down yesterday. Yeah. Do pilots even look out the window or their eyes glued to the gauges? Pilots are taught to look inside, outside, inside, outside. But for the most part, you're going to be looking at the PFD. That's going to be giving you all the information that you need. As you can see, unlike most other streamers, I am zoomed in on that way more often than I am anything else. I've watched some A380 landing videos and the pilot doesn't even look up. Oh, have you really? I've seen quite a bit of go-arounds on streams. Damn. I've seen like the real life pilot guys do it because they know how to do it and they're not afraid of it, but I've seen some of the guys who where like a go-around for them would be a little more hectic, probably shy away from a little bit more. The guys who aren't real pilots, I've never seen them really go around. But yeah, I haven't seen really anyone other than like some tutorial videos on how to go around and stuff like that. That's good to know. Alright, so let's cut this one a little shorter, so let's go down to 3,000. Slow it down a little bit. Keeping in mind, we have to be at 3,000 when we cross Orlando Executive. Turn 10 to the right. And we'll go direct Hammy. Actually, we'll go direct dinner, so that way we're below the glide slope. We are in good shape. Alright, let's go Hammy. Alt, nav, let's go flaps 1. And this time I'm not going to watch the chat. Sterile cockpit. That's kind of what distracted me last time. I'll let that glide slope get too high. Orlando traffic, Frontier 2541, 15 miles to the northwest of the field. We'll be turning final in the next few miles. We'll call base, Orlando.
Orlando traffic, radio check.
Touch 5x5.
After that, thank you.
Alright, so we got the glide slope.
Orlando traffic, Tempo 6103, near side 1, action runway 18 left, via Bravo. Orlando.
Alright, so he is going 18 left for departure, should be no factor. Slow down, let's go 170, we'll get into flaps 2. And this time we might even dirty up a little bit sooner, just to help ourselves out. So the airport's right out there. Orlando Executive, that's what we're going to cross at 3000. Getting a little fun. Nothing like some go-arounds. When I'm dispatching flights and I have flights that go around, 9.5 times out of 10 they just box it around instead of flying the actual published, like, full missed approach procedure. So what we're doing is pretty realistic as well. I'm going to shallow off this turn just to help the airplane. Arm the approach. It's going to be relatively shallow. So another 10. Glide slope's already coming down. Let's go flaps 3. We won't actually drop the gear. There we go, now we're turning. Orlando traffic, Frontier 2541, turning base, 10 mile final, ILS 18 right, Orlando. Lined up. Once we cross Orlando Executive, should be good. Showing 1.6 miles, 1.5 local. Let's arm autopilot 2, and I would say we're over it. So let's go manage speed. My airplane, gear coming down. Shit, forgot to activate. Up again. Perf, activate, turn. Alright, let's try this again. As you can see, doing it this way is quite challenging. That's what they do in real life. 2,000 feet.
2,000.
Need to catch that glide slope in the next 1,000 feet. And if we go around on this one, we'll do the RNAV to 18 left, since apparently I'm not skilled enough to shoot this approach.
$1,000.
Not stable. We'll try it though. We'd definitely get in trouble in real life. Flight directors are definitely not accurate.
500.
So we got stable, but we were stable below 1,000 feet.
400.
And some pilots do this in real life sometimes. And although it's not really unsafe,
100 above.
especially on a pretty day, it would probably land you a phone call from the chief pilot wondering why you did that.
200.
Because all of this is tracked on APPRs.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard. 10. 5.
I'll take it. Reverse green. Spoilers, reverse green, decel. Infantry 2541 is clearing early 18 right, we'll hold short 18 left. Orlando.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
That
Orlando.
wasn't too bad.
The local time is 12:44 p.m. and it's currently about 83 degrees
get short here and
Fahrenheit.
we'll
You can now use your
clean
mobile
it up.
devices. Please remain
Thank you, thank you.
aircraft is coming
Hillbilly
to
Gypsy, I love that
stop
name.
And the seatbelt sign is turned off.
Third time's a
Remember to
charm,
use
butter.
caution when opening the overhead bins as items may
Yeah,
have shifted during the flight.
If I was trying to be
If this is
ultra
your
realistic, I
final
should have gone
destination,
around, but I figured y'all
thank
get
you for
tired of
flying
watching
with
that,
us, and
so
we hope to see you
put
again
her on the
soon.
ground.
We
I'm
apologize
gonna hold
for the
short
delay.
here, set the parking
Please
brake,
coordinate with airline staff as
and
necessary
we'll clean her
regarding
up.
connecting flights or accommodations.
I got buttons for this. All that's cleared off. Yeah. Leave these lights on since we're getting ready to cross. Is this dude taking off yet? No. Alright, if he ain't gonna take off, then I'm gonna go. Well, no traffic. Frontier 2541 crossing, runway 18 left. We'll be pretty quick about it. Cannot understand that guy. Frontier 2541 clear, runway 18 left. Orlando. Alright, and we'll pretend like our engines have had the 3-minute cooldown. We'll do yellow electric pump and shut down too. There's an operations agent in one of our stations who sounds just like that. Super nice guy, always fun to talk to. Alright, so after landing checklist, exterior lights are set, flaps are retracted, TCAS to standby, engine mode selectors, normal ground spoilers are disarmed, and radar predicted wind shear is off. After landing checklist is complete. That guy's a regular down there that way, recognize
Orlando
the voice.
traffic.
Delta.
Traffic example 2214, pass the runway 17 right near Golf Hotel 1, Orlando.
And we'll make sure to turn so we're not blocking this dude. Oh wait, he's not in the alley like I thought he was. That's a big issue in Orlando is a lot of these, you got airplane coming in, you got one trying to come out, stuff gets blocked up. Pain in the butt. Alright, we'll cut her right here. We got a cutty. Blinding the hell out of this guy. And we'll call that good. Set parking brake. 2 hours and 18 minutes of block time. We'll shut down numero uno. Beacon light come off. Kill the seatbelt sign as well as the fuel pumps and the yellow electric pump. Parking checklist. Slides are disarmed, engines are off, seatbelt signs are off, exterior lights are set, ice protection's off, fuel pump's off, yellow electric pump is off, chalk signals received, parking brake is off. Parking checklist is complete. And welcome guys to Orlando, Florida, where I'm actually currently sitting. And it is nice and hot outside. Valanza says we landed negative 87 feet per minute. Cool. We'll finish up the Delta. Delta says 87 as well. I like it when everything is consistent. And let's see what else. Guess we need to kill this thing. In flight, negative 85. I'll take it. They said unsafe takeoff. They're full of shit. Extreme flying conditions.
Orlando traffic southwest.
That would be the steep descent.
Runway 17 right.
Soft landing, unsafe landing. I don't know how that correlates, but
Orlando traffic
whatever.
6310 approaching.
We were behind and they didn't even warn us. I didn't know that. I don't care. That was not a safe takeoff. The flight wasn't what I expected from wrong side sim. Whatever. Alright, so now let's disconnect from Vatsim. We'll get some replays done. Let's see, let's kill this. Alright, let's do some replays. I think we're disconnected from everything. We'll definitely have to watch the go around. And that's looking from Orlando Executive. There we go. This should be a good view. Said psych, just kidding. We're just like, nope. Bunch of people mad over nothing. Well, the 5,200 foot per minute descent that we made probably pissed some people off. Could you expect less these days? Yeah, right? Let's get one more view of this from the wing. Sucker's coming down steep. Pretty sure it floated for just about almost forever. But I was trying to really get a smooth landing in this sim because I never land smooth in this sim. Floaty, floaty, floaty. That ain't too bad. Landed much, much longer than we wanted to. Chief pilot definitely wouldn't be very happy. Between landing after we weren't stable below 1,000 feet plus floating forever, we would definitely get a phone call from the chief pilot. Sounds a lot harder than 87 feet per minute. Alright guys, so this will do it for this one. Like I said, I'm going to go get some things taken care of real fast. Schedule the next stream. Aiming to try to get it going by 5:15 or so. Might be just a few minutes later. But either way, expect the Delta 75 from Orlando up to Atlanta, and I will be seeing y'all on the next one. If I remember what button I want to push. Alright guys, well, like I said, give me about a good 30-ish minutes or so, and we'll see y'all in a few. And until then, stay on the wrong side.